Cyclone-affected farmers and growers can apply for grants to help with the recovery from this afternoon. The government's revealed half of the $50 million allocated to businesses in the primary sector will go to farmers and growers. Grants of $2,000 per hectare up to $40,000 will be available to remove silt from trees and vines. Meanwhile, just over 1,100 people remain uncontactable. New Zealand Herald reporter Tom Delane joined search and rescue teams heading up a river south of Napier looking for bodies.
Just mud everywhere, all the crops are ruined. We saw piles of livestock, dead livestock on the side of the road, but the smell was just foul.
Unison has restored power to most of urban Napier. Less than 5,000 customers are still without electricity across the region. Restoration in rural areas may take weeks due to significant damage to the overhead network. Cyclone damage is proving costly for Northland farmers. Todd Emerson didn't lose any infrastructure at his dairy farm in Whakapara, but says he'll still be hurt financially.
When you get the calculator out and you start adding up all the costs, and so probably upwards of going to cost our business probably around $200,000 to $250,000.
Cyclone Gabrielle is expected to cause ongoing devastation across the economy. The New Zealand Institute of Economic Research is looking for another 50 basis points rise when the cash rate is announced this afternoon. Senior economist Ting Huang says the cyclone cleanup is likely to put more pressure on prices.
What we have seen in the Canterbury experience, the construction costs actually accelerated quite a lot in the rebuild phase.
Meanwhile, Kiwi Bank is warning the central bank against driving mortgages any higher during a national emergency. The Transport Minister is looking for answers over recent problems with Cook Strait ferry services. Passengers have been suffering cancellations following various mechanical issues with both Blue Bridge and Inter-Islander ferries. Michael Wood says the disruption is concerning and he'll be meeting with the Kiwi Rail board within the week to seek assurances around reliability. Interest rate hikes are wiping out gains in housing affordability. CoreLogic says people are often spending more than half of their income servicing a mortgage. The long-term average for mortgage outgoings is less than 40%. CoreLogic's Calvin Davidson says it shows that overall, affordability remains really stretched.
House prices have fallen, incomes have gone up, but that beneficial impact on housing affordability on that measure has actually been outweighed by the straightforward rise in mortgage rates.
The search for answers goes on 12 years after the Pike River mine disaster. Borehole drilling has resumed at the mine as part of a police investigation to determine what caused the explosion that killed 29 men in 2010. Anna Osborne lost her husband Milton in the disaster. She says it'll take as long as it takes to ensure police have the evidence they need for a prosecution. She says they want to show that employers need to be held to account if they're not taking the health and safety of their workers seriously.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here. And head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.